Put him in a bed, you might. Bobby, put him in the bedroom. Put him in. Put him in the bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four. Ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the 22 people arrested, 9 guns seized from the Mongols MC's National Motorcycle Run in Palm Springs. We got a bunch of other things to talk about. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch this show. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. And if you want to tell your story on Chattin with Staxx, just email me at BillStaxx2021. We got a lot to talk about today. Before we get started, let me give some shout outs. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for everything you do for this channel. I appreciate you. Scrap Iron, what's going on? Jimmy Mack, Path Killer, what's good? Mick, how you doing? Good afternoon. Craig, what's good? Hardwire, Mountain Woman, thank you guys for joining me. Craig, what's going on? We got a couple Craigs in the house. Shout out to Craig, and Craig. So there's a major breaking news if you guys aren't aware. I know you guys know who Jersey Mike's, the franchise. Well, he died this weekend in a car accident. Jersey Mike's restaurant owner, the franchise owner, dies in a rollover crash. This happened in East Paso, Texas. The New Mexico Jersey Mike's franchise owner is dead following a rollover crash early Saturday morning, October 4th, in the town of Mesilla. According to Mesilla Marshal's Office, around 2:30 a.m. on Saturday, deputies were dispatched after a 911 call informed them that a single vehicle had crashed in a park owned by the town of Mesilla. When deputies arrived, they found a white BMW near water fountain with the driver inside. The Mesilla Marshal's traffic investigator determined that the BMW was traveling southbound on Calle del El Paso, approaching Kelly Paca, when the driver failed to make the curve, struck the curb, and flew airborne into the park. The car overturned 3 times on the lawn before it came to rest upright near the water fountain. That's crazy. So how did he die? Like, he was strapped in the car or something, right? Investigators also said that the BMW was traveling at a high rate of speed, exceeding the post speed limit of 35 miles an hour. The driver and the sole occupant of the vehicle was identified as David Lavea. It's also noted that investigators that Lavea was not wearing a seatbelt. That's how he died. He probably smashed into the windshield or something. I mean, you see the car there. He didn't have his seatbelt on. And he was going pretty fast, they say. Due to the injuries, they tried life-saving measures, but Lavea died due to the injuries while he was inside the ambulance. Additionally, the medical examiner's office pronounced Lavea dead at the scene and was transported to the medical examiner's office. Toxicology results will be sent to the traffic investigator at a later date. Lavea was a franchise owner of Jersey Mike's restaurant in Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Lavea was visiting Jersey Mike's location, the general manager of La Cruces restaurant, and told the marshal's office. It's a sad situation. See, they don't care. The powers that be doesn't care how much money you have or what's going on. When it's your time, it's your time. It really doesn't matter. But shout out to all the people out there. I've been doing a lot of interviews lately. Hey, Adam, thank you for getting a membership. You will not be disappointed. There's a lot of content. I'm going to be uploading some new videos today. Big Joe, what's going on? Franchise owner, not the founder. Yeah, not the founder. Franchise owner. He owned 2 of them. Mountain Woman, what's going on? Make sure you guys check out the membership. Adam just bought one. You will not be disappointed. Will, what's going on? Good afternoon. I don't know where you are in the country, but afternoon here. Joe, what's good? How are you? 518 Choppers, what's going on? Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today. Speed and no seatbelt, bad news. He could have hit the windshield with his head, anything like that, right? It's crazy. So, a police officer was injured. Motorcycle cop, a Long Island highway officer, seriously injured during funeral procession. Long Island highway officer was injured on Monday in an accident during a funeral procession. One of the Nassau County officers leading the motorcade was struck by a pickup truck moments after pulling out of a church in Lyndhurst. The motorcade appeared to have the right of way. Surveillance video taken across the street from Our Lady shows members of the Nassau County Highway Patrol leading the procession to the cemetery around 11 a.m. The officers had just gathered outside the church and were waiting for the funeral, which involved the Nassau County Police, to end. According to police, a 2020 Toyota Tundra collided with the officer, Michael Highland, who was on a 2020 Harley Davidson, about a half a mile away on North Wellwood Avenue. Highland, 53, was in critical but stable condition at the hospital in West Issip. Police said the funeral procession appeared to have the right of way. The crash is under investigation by the Suffolk County. It was not immediately clear if the driver, identified as 61-year-old Jeffrey Geller, who collided with the officer's motorcycle, will face charges. Geller was not injured, police said. The crash is being investigated by the Suffolk County Police because that's where it occurred. Meanwhile, residents pointed out that there are no stop signs along that stretch. of Wellwood Avenue and said that they are needed there. As a mother of a police officer, NYPD, and the wife of a retired police officer, I know the dangers, and it is very scary. Something that should have been such a nice day and a nice send-off tragedy. A Lyndhurst merchant said. So that's pretty crazy. We got a bunch of stories to talk about today. So this is a wild story. So a man admits to shooting a UPS driver he believed could have been a mafia assassin. A UPS worker was allegedly shot by a man who appeared to be a delivery driver just before 1 p.m. Friday in Everett. Everett officers responded to West Mall Place apartments after reports of a shooting between a package delivery driver and a UPS worker. The Everett Police Department stated in a post that the UPS worker was on the job delivering mail when he was shot. Officers determined a man who was wearing an Amazon delivery driver clothing, and he was later found to be wearing a bulletproof plate carried vest along with a large knife mounted to it and a pistol magazine holder concealed under his clothing, according to court documents. The man also had 2 firearms, including a Derringer North American Arms 22 Magnum. Witnesses reported an argument between the 2 men leading up to the shooting. I saw the mailroom door close and an argument between the UPS man and the Amazon man, the witness wrote in a statement. According to court documents, the UPS man shoved the Amazon driver and shouted, "What the F are you showing me?" The Amazon driver then pulled out a pistol and shot the UPS man in the head. The UPS worker was transported to Providence Hospital with a gunshot wound. Meanwhile, the delivery driver was taken into custody and he admitted to shooting the UPS worker. Delivery driver believed UPS worker could have been a mafia assassin. The man indicated the shooting was in self-defense because the UPS worker was trying to charge at him while he was cornered, documents stated. The man said that he pulled out the gun, pointed it at the UPS worker, and told him to get back or he would shoot. He thought the UPS worker was going to tackle him. Further investigation revealed the man believed that he was being cyber-stalked by the mafia, and he had projected suspicion that the UPS worker may have been a mafia assassin, according to court documents. The man indicated that he had reported tips to the FBI more than 100 times. He believed that he was being stalked and his phone was being hacked. Claimed that random people at stores were approaching him, telling him to stop submitting tips, documents stated. The man said he had been shot by rifles and crossbows while on the job delivering packages, but didn't report it because there was no evidence, and that's why he was wearing a plate carrier. Authorities said the man emphasized that the shooting was in self-defense and was surprised he was being booked into jail. The man was transported to the county jail, and the UPS worker has been intubated and is expected to live, but will lose an eye, according to records. Crazy. This dude thought the UPS worker was a mafia assassin. And this dude had a bulletproof vest on and all this shit. Like, what's going on with people? I mean, you just never know what is going on in people's minds. People are really unhinged these days. If you guys aren't aware, I made a post Let me try to find it for you. I mean, it's not a funny situation, but I got a threat. I got a threat. What was it, yesterday? It's crazy what these people is going through these people's heads. And this guy said I was a racist. That's the farthest thing from the truth. Look at this. Look what he said in this message. I don't know if you guys can read that. It says, "You want to die so bad? We are getting together and mass essing people, white people, soon. What city do you live in, bro? You won't be hard to find." And then it says, "You racist bitch. I'm going to find you and find your business. And you have a fucking little boy's voice." What? People are unhinged these days. Like, so you never know what the hell is wrong with people. People are weirdos. Virginia Chaos, what's going on? Joe, what's good? But listen, it won't be easy. You come and try to do something to me, it won't be easy. Let me just put it that way. There are so many stories. We're going to go over a couple more. So, a situation happened over in Providence, Rhode Island. So, a motorcyclist drove off an overpass. I'm trying to find it. A motorcyclist crashed in Riley Township, fatal to 2. This is a different one. Shortly after 4 a.m. on Sunday, emergency personnel were dispatched for 2 people down after a motorcyclist struck a pole in the area of Tasty Fingers in the area of McDade and Maple Avenue in Riley Township. Police arrived first and found 2 people down and were reporting no signs of life to the oncoming units. The call went out initially as people were in the area just hearing the crash. Then a call came from the Tasty Fingers that the crash happened in the parking lot. Officers were quickly there and asked the communication to expedite the medics. McDade Boulevard was closed for an extended period. The medical units were available shortly after 4:30 a.m. The crash investigation team was requested. Delaware County Medical Examiner's Office was contacted. So 2 people passed away in that one. It's fucking crazy. It's so many motorcycle accidents. Let me see if I can find this one. No, I got it right here. This was on Route 6 in Providence, Rhode Island. Tragedy over Route 6. Bridgewater motorcyclist dies after 60-foot fall from Providence overpass. Providence, Rhode Island. A Sunday evening ride turned tragic when 26-year-old Cedric Tensirka of Bridgewater, Massachusetts, was killed after being ejected from his motorcycle and falling 60 feet from a Providence overpass. Rhode Island State Police said troopers and Providence Fire Department personnel responded to Route 6 West near Route 10 South interchange about 5:36 p.m. where they discovered the man critically injured on a dirt embankment below the highway. Nearby, a black Kawasaki motorcycle lay on its side in the first travel lane. Preliminary findings indicate that the man attempted to navigate the turn before striking a high-speed barrier. A violent impact and threw him from the bike and over the edge of the overpass. He was transported to Rhode Island Hospital, where he later was pronounced dead. The Rhode Island State Police, reconstructive team units, and forensic services unit continued to investigate the incident. It's crazy. Like, that seems like it's kind of like a freak accident. I mean, people are getting killed all the time on their motorcycles. Some people navigating turns, they either underdo it or overdo it when they're navigating turns. Either they go into traffic or they go off the road and hit something. Just be if you're not that great at riding, take a course or something. I'm not the best at riding. I'm going to be taking a course very soon. And because I'd like to know more, you know. When you think you know it all, that's when things probably go bad. But there's a lot of people that have a lot way more experience than me. I'm like a novice rider, you know what I'm saying? I like to just chill. Sometimes you go fast, you know, here and there, but so the FWPD investigating Sunday night motorcycle crash. This is in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Fort Wayne Police Department shared one man was injured following a motorcycle crash on Fort Wayne's northwest side Sunday night. The crash happened near the intersection of East State Boulevard at around 7:45 p.m. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a motorcyclist with severe injuries and a heavily damaged motorcycle. Police said the medics took the motorcyclist to the local hospital with life-threatening injuries, promoting the department to bring in its fatal accident crash team. The team says speed is believed to be a factor in the crash. That's another thing, too. Speed is usually a factor in things like this. Here's another one. 39-year-old man was seriously injured after falling off his motorcycle, skidding across the road in Dayton. 39-year-old man was seriously injured after he fell off his motorcycle and skidded across the road in Dayton over the weekend. Just after 10 a.m. on Saturday, crews were dispatched to reports of a motorcyclist near the intersection of Exna Avenue and Covey Street. 2002 red Suzuki motorcycle operated by 39-year-old Sean Lazoran of Dayton was headed west, according to the crash reports from the Dayton police. The man then lost control and fell off his motorcycle before skidding about 50 feet and then stopped underneath a Ford Edge that was stopped at a stoplight at the intersection. So he stopped underneath a truck. The motorcyclist skidded across the road, went over the curb, and stopped in the grass. The man told police that his throttle was stuck, according to crash reports. He was not wearing a helmet at the time of the crash. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The driver of the Ford Edge was not hurt. The crash remains under investigation. I mean, I could sit here and read these all day long. There's so many. Hey, what's going on? Diaz, how are you? Thank you. I appreciate that. So today, let's get to the topic at hand. Today, we're talking about Palm Springs and the Mongols Motorcycle Club's national run. And before we get into that, the show I did yesterday, that was all recent news. People were like, no, that was a while ago. No, that was recent news that the feds found a list on a driver, and it explained all the bosses of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. And apparently, it showed Tommy O had stepped down recently. But it showed the active bosses of people in the mob and all kinds of stuff, all from a traffic stop. And that was brand new information. People were like, no, that's old. That's old. No, it wasn't. It was new. So there was 1,000 Mongols members that met in Palm Springs. Here's an article before the situation happened, or no, this is a newer one. About 1,000 Mongol members gathered in Palm Springs over the weekend for the group's annual national meeting, leading to 22 arrests and the seizure of 9 firearms, police said on Monday. The gathering began Friday at Hotel Zuso, and drew large law enforcement presence. Of course it did, because they over-exaggerate things. Look what they said when the pagans were going up to Colorado. Law enforcement is on edge and all this shit. There's no reason for all that. It's a motorcycle club. Let them do their thing. These people, they're overdoing it. They'll go crazy over these motorcycle clubs, but they won't help the people in these different cities that are being assaulted by people and all this shit. Like, it's just crazy. It's insane. So multiple agencies were there. Police Chief Andrew Mills said the Mongols, an international outlaw motorcycle gang, met to elect a president, and that 3 guns were seized, among other contraband, from members on Friday. The names of those arrested and the details about the charges were not immediately released. So it says here, 22 Mongols Motorcycle Club members were arrested in Palm Springs. Palm Springs police reported no major incidents as the weekend meeting of around 1,000 members of the Mongols Motorcycle Club came to a close in the city. Of course, there was no major incidents. The cops overdo it. They want something to happen. I think they provoke a lot of it. I mean, the media spins the shit, trying to scare people. Be careful, the Mongols are in town, or this motorcycle club's meeting. There's nothing to be afraid of. These people want you to be afraid of these motorcycle clubs. That's what they are. They're motorcycle clubs. Everybody in these clubs is not a criminal. I just did an interview today with an ex prospect for the Outlaws, and he's a pastor. The guy's a pastor. And we spoke for about an hour. It's a great guy. He's not a criminal. In no way, shape, or form is he a criminal. And we talked about how they put him on the gang list. And he didn't even know it. He was trying to go get a job, and he was getting denied at all these jobs. And he was like, why? Why am I getting denied? And then he found out that they put him on a gang list when he's not even a part of a gang. He was a prospect for a motorcycle club, and he wasn't even that anymore. He was a pastor, so he was in a motorcycle pastor group, It's a motorcycle ministry, they call it. It's not an MC, it's an MM, a motorcycle ministry. And they had him on the gang list. It's crazy. I mean, that's the type of shit they do. So it says the department made 22 arrests and seized 9 firearms and other weapons specifically related to the event. He had posted on Facebook Friday before that the department was prepared for the gathering and would meet the threat head on. But you see what happened? There was no threat because the police want there to be a problem because they think all these people are criminals, but they're not. They're motorcycle club members. They don't join a motorcycle club to be a part of a criminal organization. When I was younger, I joined the gang to commit crimes and to be a part of a criminal organization. These people join these clubs to be a part of a motorcycle club. But they want them to be gangs so bad, they're willing to demonize them in the media and try to make them look like they're bad people, and they're not. They're definitely not. I mean, anybody that's watching here, think about gang members, right? Out on the street and the shit they do, and then think about a motorcycle club member. Like it's night and day. They are not the same at all. I see similarities when people do commit crimes that are involved with motorcycle clubs, but that doesn't mean the whole motorcycle club is a criminal organization. I don't believe any of them are. But the police want you to believe that. And they'll push that narrative. They don't care. So it says they were prepared to meet the threat head on. Let me see if I could get the Facebook post. I wonder if he was in contact with Chitwood. When the outlaw motorcycle gangs descend on the city while armed illegally, there's always potential for graphic violence, Mills said Monday. What? Right there is an idiotic statement. Palm Springs Police, along with support from CHP, Riverside Sheriff's Department, and others, did a marvelous job setting the tone of what is acceptable in our city. We welcome many groups to the conventions to our city. Rarely do we have to make arrests. The Mongols are the exception, they said. What? They're just running their mouth. The department said in advance of the meeting that other regional law enforcement agencies were also collaborating on routine patrol and traffic duties throughout the weekend. The department spokesperson noted that they thought it was particularly important to keep the public informed so that they didn't mistake the increased police activity for federal immigration enforcement. Get the fuck out of here. The motorcycle club has held meetings in the city off and on for the last several years. So obviously people in the fucking town would know that. According to the police department, previous reporting, the U.S. Justice Department lists groups as outlaw motorcycle gangs on their website, and its group has been accused of being involved in a shooting in July that left multiple people injured in Florida. And we all know what they're talking about there. That's when the Mongols allegedly attacked the Warlocks during Bike Week, but tensions were already rising among the clubs. This is another article. I mean, they want people to believe this shit that they're spewing. Nobody believes you. I mean, maybe some people do, but the people that matter don't fucking believe you. Enforcement. And look, there was nothing happened there. Like, nothing went on. It was all peaceful, but they want it to be like, oh. So you're telling me if they're this big criminal organization, right? And they were there all weekend, nothing happened. So what do you got to say now? Are you going to put out a thing saying that you were wrong about the whole situation and you guys overdid it with the police presence and all that shit? No, they're not going to say that. It's like Chitwood and all them. They want to waste people's money. They want to waste the taxpayers' money on nothing. They want to vilify these motorcycle clubs for no reason. And it's complete bullshit. They hate us for sure, 3%. All patriots. They definitely do hate clubs, I believe it. Big difference between street gangs and MC clubs. 100%. I mean, it's night and day. Decades of changing the public's opinion. They're trying. They want people to be afraid. That's what they want. Hell yeah, the cops were waiting for them. They were waiting for the Mongols to go there. The Mongols are not bad people. They're not. They're just people that joined a motorcycle club. Like, why is that so hard to believe? If a few people here and there get in trouble and do something, that doesn't make the whole club responsible for what they did. I understand that those few people that get in trouble represent whatever club that they're a part of. It happens in every single club. It happens in people that are in the church. People in the church get arrested every single day, right? People that go to church, but they don't say, oh, the church is a criminal organization because these people all belong to the same church. They don't say that. So why are they doing it here? There has to be a reason for it, right? There's a definite reason for it. Because they want to scare the public. They will do their best to try to get people to believe that they're in danger if motorcycle clubs come around and have a meeting or something. It's insane. Man, I got so many interviews dropping. I'm gonna start dropping more on the members only. Join Patreon. That's where exclusive content is. You cannot see on YouTube. It's too graphic. Some of it's too graphic. And I got an interview coming up with Matty Boy.
Hey,
Check
I'm
it
Matty
out.
Boy. I'm over here chatting with the man Staxx. It's an honor to be on a platform that's got integrity like this man does, man. I'm happy he reached out, and I'm glad I'm here chatting with the man.
That's a good interview. Kevin's a good interview. Don't miss tonight. We got part 3 or part 4. I think it's part 3 or 4. Let me check. Of Billy, the ex Hell's Angel. And he talks about where he got his tattoos burned off. And you'd never heard a story like this before. Like, I mean, I've heard stories of people getting kicked out of the club and this and that, but I've never heard a story where they burned the tattoos off. And someone's telling you about it. Part 4 is tonight at 10 o'clock. So don't miss part 4 tonight at 10 o'clock. If you want to see it early, join the membership and you can see it right now. It's a pretty wild story. Here, I'll show you guys the picture of his back. I have it. Let me show you a picture of some of the other people I got interviews coming up with. So here's a picture of his back. So that used to be a death head, the Hells Angels logo. They burned it off with an iron. Ooh. Crazy. Can you imagine how bad that had to hurt? I believe they burned the top part off with an iron too, but they didn't get it all the way. And then they got tired of burning them with the iron, and then they just blacked out his tattoos. But damn, took him a long time to heal, he said too. Long time, like years for it to fully heal. So stay tuned for that story. It's dropping tonight. And then I got Kevin, who's a former preacher, motorcycle ministry. He was a support club for the Banditos. Now he's just riding solo, and he tells me the whole story. So stay tuned for that. Some exclusive content on the way. And shout out to Cliff from the Red Rum Motorcycle Club. We got some information about the Red Rum Motorcycle Club coming up. You guys will be interested to hear it. We had a really good conversation. So that one will be dropping soon too. There's so many interviews. I got so many folders full of interviews. I'm going to be dropping them so much. So stay tuned. I appreciate you guys. Volts, how you doing? Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm going to bring some people on live and have a discussion. Shout out to Pee Wee. There's a fake page going around pretending to be Pee Wee. So if you guys can, we got to get rid of this fake page that's out there pretending to be Pee Wee, trying to scam money from people. I can't believe someone would do that. This person is charging people $350 for an autographed book and a t-shirt. Pee Wee is not a scam artist type of dude. He's definitely not like that. So I'm gonna show you guys the account that's doing this shit. You see that one? He says you can get a book and the Speed Shop t-shirt directly from my store. Both book and merch comes with my autograph. They are both $350. No, they're not. So I'm gonna drop this this Facebook, the fake Facebook. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. You guys do your thing. We gotta get rid of this person. Legally. But thank you guys for joining me today. If you guys want to, if there's stories you guys want to hear, I have a lot of different things I'm going to do. I'm going to be doing a show probably tomorrow about Satan's Choice moving into the U.S. Allegedly, they are in Detroit, Chicago, and somewhere else. But I want to know what you guys think about Satan's Choice coming to the U.S. And what's that going to mean? Is it going to start a big thing? Who knows? Let's have a discussion tomorrow about it. And I was supposed to have Harley on. We'll see. I'll reach out to him again and see if he's gonna come on. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me today. If you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.